All right, welcome back to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. This is the Attack the Rack podcast with myself and Big Mo. We put this out every single Saturday morning at 9 a.m.
Guys, every family party or social event needs something special. Bubba's Bounce House Rentals LLC can do that for you. They provide inflatable bounce houses and water slides on top of great service in the West Michigan Lakeshore area. Call Bounce Master Sam at 616-485-0257 today and mention Attack the Rack to get $25 off your next rental. Also, find Bubba's Bounce House Rentals LLC on Facebook. Bubba's Bounce House Rentals. All we rent is fun.
All right, Big Mo. We are recording here on Thursday for this Saturday morning podcast. We got one more day left in the week. Big Mo, 4 days into this week. I know we are both exhausted. How's your week been?
How's my week been? Oh, man. Where'd the week go? It's Friday already?
It's Thursday right now.
It's Thursday. We got one more day. Hey, if you need to get a bounce house, you better do it quickly because it's about to get cold.
Yeah, true.
So
True.
give Bubba's Bounce House a call for one thing. Hey, we're almost to Friday.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath.
Exhale. You got a big Friday tomorrow, I'm guessing. You got homecoming at your school. You got Miles Bailey performing before homecoming.
Yeah, we do. Should be a fun tailgating homecoming situation. They do a bunch of all these different things going on. Obviously, one of them being alum of Granville High School, Miles Bailey, coming back to play. So that'll be fun to see him and stop by, say hi before I help out at the Friday night football game.
When you say help out, what are you doing?
I do some visitor parking stuff, some visitor sideline, visitor fan stuff, concession stand, all sorts of stuff, Curt. Yeah.
Well, like you said on your motivational minute a couple weeks ago, you don't realize how many people it takes to put on an event like that.
Yeah, just the people to work it and people to help out, and people to just let alone the football stuff. They throw everything else on top of that. It's a hundredfold, it feels like. So,
and that's high school football.
That's high school football. Yeah.
College.
I think same could be probably said for any event. So, right, there's to make those things happen. As a coach, you're only as good as the people around you. So, same as an event, got to have good people and help out.
Who's Granville playing?
We are playing the Buccaneers of Grand Haven.
All righty.
I think they're having a solid year, 2-2.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. They've been kind of down in recent years. So
yes, should be
Buccaneers coming back.
Should be an interesting game.
All right. Well, hey, we obviously we were talking before this. We're both pretty beat, pretty exhausted. Big Mo, as you know, and we can talk about this a little bit because I got some questions for you. I'm going to be going under the knife here on October 8th, having what do you call it? Like
you have a little facelift?
Getting a rhinoplasty?
You gonna get a little bit of the eyes done, Curt? Is that
what? No, I'm having that same surgery you had. I know what they call it, the sleeve.
Little bariatric type surgery.
Yeah, to shrink your stomach. So I thought all along, I thought that meant like they put some sleeve or something over your stomach to make it compact, but that's not what they're doing.
That is not what happens, I believe.
What are they doing?
I think they stitch it up, right? They stitch it in half, kind of.
Yeah, so they're basically, they're removing some of it, right?
Well, I don't think they actually remove it. I think it all stays in there.
Oh, okay.
I think they just stitch it so you could only use a portion of your stomach.
And then the term sleeve comes from the fact that what remains appears to look like a sleeve, right?
Probably, yes.
I think that's what I don't know. They explained it to me, but I'm
I'm
gonna.
not sure. I'm not sure. No, I did listen. I'm not gonna joke about it because it is a serious matter.
No, I know.
Anytime you go under the knife, Kurt, it's a serious matter.
So anyway, the fact that I'm 2 weeks out from the surgery now, I've been having to do the pre-operation diet, which is good because I'm already losing weight, but holy cow, my energy, I have to stay between 800 and 1,000 calories a day, and it's mostly just liquids mixed in with 60 grams of protein. It takes a toll on you, Big Mo.
Well, it does, especially when we're used to a few more calories.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, no, I don't. When you had yours, I don't think you had to do this for a full 2 weeks. But
No, I think I did it for a week.
yeah, and the reason you do that is because they want you to shrink your liver, so it's easier for them to get in and do what they need to do. I guess.
And perform the operation itself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So,
I think they call it a sleeve, Kurt, because I think the portion that they stitch kind of looks like a sleeve.
oh, okay,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying? So just,
all
something like
right.
that. A little pouch
Well,
kind of. So yeah.
well, obviously, Big Mo, you've had a lot of success with yours. I mean, when was that?
I'm
Early
just going,
early spring 2022?
yeah, I was gonna say, I think I'm just over 2 years, maybe, almost three.
3 years this spring, probably.
Yeah.
It was
It was
still
in February.
on
It
the
was in
basketball.
February, March
Yeah,
of 20, would have been my second year coaching at Hope.
yeah,
Is on right? Yeah. So 2 years, almost 3 years. Yeah. Yeah. I think I mean, we've talked a little bit before. I think from what I gathered before my surgery and afterwards, this is one of those surgeries where I think it's really very individual based. The success, the healing, the everything that goes into it seems to be so. There are some common themes, but it really depends on the individual. So that'll be I've been pretty blessed with it.
yeah.
Kind of maintain, maintain the weight that I was or have or was after the surgery. So it still takes a little bit of time or a little bit of effort to maintain that because you still have to watch what you decide to eat and consume, and find a way to get into the exercise
Yeah.
realm of the world. Whatever you do, usually it's just got to be something.
Right. And at the weight that you're at now, the weight you've been able to successfully maintain, it's probably much easier to exercise and you feel more energy to be able to be motivated to do so as well.
Yeah. Yes. Well, obviously, we've been through the ringer a little bit, right? We've seen each other go up and down the scale. So yeah, so when you don't weigh as much, it's easy to do some of the working out, and
Yeah.
usually when you work out, you can eat a little more, But so when you're on that heavier side, that the recovery to do some of that is always tougher, and then it becomes, one poor decision becomes a second, and then a third,
100%.
and
Yeah.
it's tougher to recover in that sense as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, hey, I'm probably gonna try to maybe document some stuff as I go through this process. So maybe it'll be something we can keep talking about here and there. Um, Maybe even make some other kind of side videos talking about it or just yeah, vlogging, I believe the term
Oh,
is my journey here. Um, but yeah, I mean, like you said, we both have seen and been to, the ups and the downs, the major losses, the major gains. For me, it's just we can talk about this more on some more content specific to this. But the one thing that finally made me decide to do it is at least the bigger opportunity to keep the weight off because that's always been a challenge, to keep it off once you lose it. This way, with your stomach being significantly smaller, you just physically aren't able to eat, um, what
as
you,
much.
well, yeah. And so, I mean, I think that was the nail in the coffin for me to make that decision.
Yeah. And I think for me, I mean, it was like I told my primary doctor, and then I told my bariatric doctor. I said, I mean, obviously I overeat, I overconsume, but I always have felt like I have nothing telling me to stop.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works for other people, or if it does something in your body tell you to be done.
Yeah.
Because my body never gave me a signal like, hey, stop it. I
Right.
got to just keep going
Yeah.
and going and going.
You,
And
now that you say that, when I had my very first initial appointment, I believe the doctor was saying something about that is something like some sort of chemical in your stomach or whatever that then communicates to your brain that you might be lacking. And one of the things that this surgery also does is your body then starts to also produce that chemical
yeah,
that helps you.
realize, I mean, again, I'm almost 3 years out and I can feel the fact, and it's not a sick feeling. I think
Yeah,
some people talk about feeling sick if you eat too much. When I get full, I feel my body telling me, like, that's enough, man.
yeah,
Like, don't need it anymore. And sometimes I might overeat or overtake a bite here or there, but normally if I eat slow enough, um, I can feel like something in which I never had felt in
yeah,
40 plus years of my body telling me. And
yeah,
obviously, up until my 30s, um, I worked out and did enough where you could eat whatever you want. It didn't matter.
yeah,
And as you get older, you don't do as much and you become a little more
yeah,
um, sedative. What is a sediment? Um, so I just appreciate the fact that both those doctors kind of relay that to me, and then I was like, oh yeah, dude, I
yeah.
just could keep going. So yeah, best of luck. I think it'll be fun to vlog it and keep track of it. And obviously, we've got some friends who have been through it, so
Yeah.
um, definitely, I call it. I've said it recently to a couple of people because I feel like I cheated a little bit, but I don't think people also realize, like, I mean, at my heaviest, I was just under 400 pounds,
Yeah.
and uh, like always carried it pretty well, and never looked like, I looked bigger,
Yeah.
but no one would ever say, "Oh man, you just look completely awful."
Right.
Um, maybe there's being nice too. Who knows? But again, they would have never said, "Hey, you weigh 400 pounds," either.
Yeah.
So I thought that was the biggest change for me, that it actually just allowed me to feel that feeling of fullness, which I had never had felt before.
Yeah. No, for sure. Well, hey, so let's do our top three here,
Oh,
in kind of relation to this. So again, like for me, I got 2 weeks pre-op. You had 1 week pre-op.
yep.
Then the first 2 weeks um, after the surgery, it's only liquids. And then the 2 weeks after that, then it's more of a puree type of situation, which I'm going to have to learn more about, to be honest with you. I don't know 100% know what that entails. But so during that process here, so we're talking for me, it's going to be 6 weeks now until I can. And again, after you get through that process, you can. There's no restrictions. It's just
Well, they advise you to be smart with it, and
yeah, of course.
sometimes you got to test some things out,
Yeah,
because everything, again, I'm telling you, the biggest surprise you'll have is that it's so individual.
yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure.
but
But
top three, what do we got? Top three, you got me intrigued.
let's go for you. And I'm already into this. So, top three foods that during that time frame, that you miss so much. And again, after the surgery, yeah, you got to be smart. You got to still be healthy, but you can go back to eating some of those foods. It's just you need to be more aware of portions physically. Your portions will drop because of physically what you can eat,
Yeah.
and also you still got to limit some sugars and things like that. Blah 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 blah. But so it's not like all of a sudden, oh, surgery's over. Oh, my 2 weeks of liquid and puree is done, now I can just go back to what I was doing. Obviously, that's not the case. But during that time
It
frame
is not the
there,
case.
during that time frame though, um, yeah, when you really are very, very limited on what you're allowed to eat, what were the three top foods that you missed? And we'll just go back and forth until we got our top three.
All right, you first, because you've been at it for a week now, right? Just about, or just
Yeah.
under a week?
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I mean, for me, and you probably have this one too, and that's totally fine, but for me, it's pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, no shocker there. That's probably a boring answer, but
So
I,
so simple
oh,
yet so good.
I could eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, like I'll have a piece of pizza now, and usually one or two slices without the crust, like
Oh,
good, So I just because I know I can't eat as much, so I just end up not eating as much of the bread.
okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
but I still love that, just having the pizza
Oh,
sauce and cheese and
smell
pepperoni
of
and
it.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
nope. Yeah, get used to not, we could sit down and have half a pizza easy. So, um, get ready for that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go just because you went kind of an entree first. I'm gonna go into a snack.
Okay.
And it's taken me really just about 3 years to even be able to enjoy it. Ice cream.
Oh, okay.
I I could put back a little chocolate peanut butter ice cream. Actually, it's one of our favorites.
Yes.
Up in Ludington at House of Flavors, they've got a fantastic
Yeah, they do.
chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah.
Um, and if I eat more than just a spoonful, I can. For one, I miss it. Two, it
Yeah.
just totally messes with my whole body.
Really?
Oh yeah, hardly don't even eat it anymore
Okay.
ever,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
probably
that'll be interesting for me to find out what, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be,
that's what
again,
I'm telling you. You just don't know
all
what
there is
you
of
don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not pizza. Well, my second one, probably no surprise to you, and probably no surprise to people that are watching that know me well. Quesadillas.
Oh,
Love quesadillas. I love just a plain old cheese quesadilla. Obviously, we did some case cheese quesadilla reviews around Holland. Did one in Grand Rapids, a year ago, which those did a lot of success on the channel. So if you're looking to get see some quesadilla reviews, go ahead and there's a playlist on the YouTube channel for quesadilla reviews. Um, yeah, I mean I love it. I love I mean I was pretty open and honest about it when I was doing the reviews. I'm pretty specific about it though. I need that tortilla nice and toasted, nice and grilled, a little bit of a crunch. I like that melting cheese, the creamy white I forget Chihuahua cheese.
yeah,
Woo!
sure.
Yeah, so just cheese for me. So yeah, my second one, quesadillas, more specifically cheese quesadillas.
All right, all right. I'm gonna go number two. This is something I miss, and I don't eat a lot of it anymore either. Spaghetti,
Oh, I was close to saying that.
spaghetti and meat sauce. Um,
Yeah.
just can't eat very much of it, and it fills you up so fast. So I really stay away from it because it just doesn't have enough protein in it to
Yeah.
make it worthwhile eating now. So uh,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah, spaghetti.
that's a good one. That one that's I don't really eat it often. I don't know why because it's super easy to make and it's one of my favorite foods. But all right, my last one, staying with the theme of cheese, kind of realizing is macaroni and cheese. Obviously, I love a good homemade macaroni and cheese. One of my favorite side dishes. I can eat it as an entire, just eat it as my entree, really. Get a big bowl of it. But I will say that these last couple months, I started to get really bad, really into the Kraft spirals.
Well, I knew you liked your spirals.
Yes, it's got to be spirals. So macaroni and cheese, that's my third top
One.
three foods that I'm missing right now, and I'm going to continue to miss over these next few weeks.
Yeah, I'll end here, Kurt, with a little soda pop.
Oh,
Obviously you're more of a diet guy anyway, so you don't mind that. I have never been able to drink a diet soda. I don't like the flavor.
Yeah.
So a regular soda.
Yep.
Big on Mountain Dew.
Yeah, you are.
Um, Probably my top one. But any type of soda, I mean, I missed it when I was going through the process because it was like that was like water for me some days.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, and it almost so and now again, to hardly drink it because it fills you up so fast.
Okay.
It really doesn't make you feel very well. So I'd say my third one there, any type of soda pop.
Okay. Um, yeah. Let me ask you this.
Yeah,
Uh, Kind of to continue the conversation just a little bit. Speaking of that, is
yeah.
there any issues with it with like is it something to do with the carbonation? Or I mean, is it one of the things that they recommend you stay away from even after surgery or no?
It is because of the carbonation.
Okay.
That definitely is. I think they warn you about it, and they say you shouldn't. You shouldn't drink it at all. Probably. Um, I will have it once in a while, and again, if I order, let's just say I happen to order a fast food and get a in a, I mean, I would go through 3 or 4 refills at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Sitting and having a Coke.
Oh, for sure.
No big deal. I probably have not in the last 3 years finished like a medium-sized drink from
Wow.
anywhere I've been to.
Yeah.
And so then why would I order one anymore?
Right.
You feel like you're just wasting that because that's where they get you anyway, charge you a little more for those.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what they don't advise you drink it. And again, by the time you drink half of it, you're full
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you don't have room for food.
Sure.
Kind of a double-edged sword. So I try to stay with water, and some type of zero sports drink, zero
Zero
carb
sugar.
sport drink. Yeah.
Is sugar another thing that they kind of recommend?
I think they recommend you stay away. I'll tell you right now, like, so again, ice cream for me, a lot of sugar in that. I think that's one of the problems with it.
Not the
Uh,
dairy.
I don't, and dare, I'll tell you right now, another one. I mean, this is not, I miss this a ton. This probably, now that you bring that up, probably would be, this might even be ahead of soda pop. I used to love milk
Yeah. Okay.
and could drink like a glass or two for dinner, like
Yeah.
with your meal, and
Yeah.
um, again, it fills you up so fast. I would bet if I buy a half gallon or gallon of milk now, I never get through it before
Sure.
it goes bad.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
So I don't know if this is the dairy sugar, probably a combination that you
Yeah.
shouldn't drink either.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out, and we'll keep talking about this more, but like, are these foods that you have issues with because of something in them, like in the dairy or the carbonation, or is it just simply because, like everything, it's hard to eat a lot of anything. You're
Yeah.
full, and these things just fill you up more so and quicker.
Yeah. No, I do think I believe the carbonation and the sugar for sure are things that they advise you to limit.
Okay.
I don't know about dairy off the top of my head.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, yeah, good talk. Good talk. It's nice to have someone, and again, I have a few people I know that have gone through this surgery, so it's nice to have someone to bounce things off of and ask some questions. So, and I'm sure I'll be leaning on you to get behind that video camera, and you know, that's the other thing. We we did the whole weight loss. I did the whole basketball weight loss workout
Yeah.
stuff too, and had a lot of success. I think I lost 40 some pounds doing those, and then I had already lost 20 pounds before I decided to do it. So I think I lost in like a March, April, May, June situation 60 pounds, but then obviously put it all right back on. But that might be something we want to get back into is doing um,
Well,
some,
like I mentioned in our pre-meeting, Curt, and obviously you're going through the surgery. I'm still looking to lose 15 to 20 pounds,
yeah,
kind of finalize everything. So
yeah,
maybe it's be something we take team together and
yeah, for sure. Yep, for sure.
give us some goals to shoot for a little healthier lifestyle.
Yeah. Hey, here's something too. If for those of you watching, what are just out of curiosity, let us know in the comments, what are your top three favorite foods? Uh, it
Or
can
have
be
you given up
entree.
something that you miss?
Yeah, yeah, yes. Yeah, good one. Um, all right, Big Mo. Well, wow, time is flying here. We have, I'm sure we're about halfway through the program here. So you know what that means.
Oh,
What does
no.
that mean?
Little halftime adjustment?
Yes. Time for our halftime adjustment where we look back at the week and each give an opinion on something that needs to be adjusted. Halftime adjustment, as always, is brought to you by Ryan Kruitoff. Realtor Ryan has been in real estate for over 20 years, and he can help you with all your real estate needs. He has helped me in my journey through learning more about real estate, and he can do the same for you. Whether you're looking to sell your home or buy your home, or maybe you want to get into the rental property business, ring Realtor Ryan. All right, let's get into halftime adjustment. I went first on top three. Do you want to go first in halftime
Sure.
adjustment, or do you want
Sure.
me to go?
Sure. No, I don't know what your adjustment is, but I'll go first. Short and sweet. How about just halftime adjustment? Um, I don't know how I would say this correctly without offending anybody. 'Cause that's what we try to do. Um, sport parents of athletes.
Oh, hold on. I
Yeah.
bet you are getting a whole, I mean, obviously you've been coaching for 20, 25 years. So you've got a good perspective on this, but I'm curious to know now that you are working all these athletic events, just kind of more, you're not involved in the actual game itself. Are you getting even more aware of what's going on with parents? Sorry to
Just
cut you off.
this is just a halftime adjustment, something to think about. Kurt, I don't know. This isn't directly related to any one situation. Um, just the fact that I think just just be aware as you yell at your seventh or eighth grader to do something better during game play, how your child might
React?
take that, um, or how they might feel about it. Just something to think about. It's not athletics are not meant to be easy. They're not meant to be 100% successful all the time. That's where you learn some of the lessons. So it's great. I think today we missed the fact that it's okay to fail because that's how you learn what you need to do better.
Yeah,
And sometimes that can be missed. That can be missed.
yeah,
So enjoy,
yeah.
parents,
Seriously.
your child competing, playing, participating, just being part of a team sometimes can be educational. Um, you can still coach them up, but do it maybe in a more private manner.
Yeah,
Um, out in the open, try to enjoy their effort and show them support of that effort. So that's my halftime adjustment,
I like it. I
just to
like
make
that.
me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, and obviously there's a very wide, loud um, narrative out there about parent behavior, right?
Yeah,
It's no big secret that parent behavior at athletic events or how they treat the kids' coaches or how they treat their kids, as you mentioned. I mean, obviously everyone, it's not like it's a secret that there's an issue out there with that.
yeah.
Um,
Again, I think
but
I will say it's probably a small percentage of parents, but I would just remind maybe some people, hey, I think the best thing, the coolest thing to see sometimes as you become a spectator is just the appreciation of a kid playing a sport,
yeah.
whether it's from parents or family or whatever. Sometimes that's some of the coolest stuff to watch as I've become more of a spectator and not maybe directly involved in the coaching.
Yeah, no, I was just all I was trying to lead into there was just say,
Oh,
parents, just sit back, like you were saying, just sit
yeah,
back and enjoy.
yeah,
Don't stress yourself out about it. I mean, just enjoy. If they make a mistake, let the coach worry about it. Don't add that stress to yourself.
yeah, yeah,
Just enjoy, have fun. Let the
yeah.
coach worry about when your kid screws up.
It can go by quick too. So
Yeah.
enjoy it while you can.
Yep. All right, my halftime adjustment for the week here, the WNBA playoff structure.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
too easy. That's too easy.
it's mind-boggling to me in a way. It's mind-boggling to me that you're in a playoff series and the first two games are at in the home arena of the top seed. Obviously, the top seed, they've earned some sort of advantage. They should have some sort of advantage. But my thing is, shouldn't both teams get a home game? I think if you've made the playoffs, you've also should have earned an opportunity to also have a home game. So the way the WNBA playoff structure is in these 3 game series, the top seed gets the first 2 games at home, meaning if they win the first two, that other team never even has an opportunity to have a home game. So I think that is wrong, and I think that needs to be adjusted where it should go top seed game 1 home, and then the other seed game 2 home, and then third game, that's where the advantage comes in again to that top seed in a 30 in a game 3 closeout situation. They get the home game in game 3.
I mean, I obviously becoming a WNBA fan and watching more, you hear that it's a home away or home.
Yeah, it is. That's the other thing. Think about it too as a disadvantage to the top seed. If there is a game 3, they got to go on the road in a closeout game 3
Uh,
situation.
it doesn't. Here's what I'll tell you right now, Curt. I can guarantee that next year they change the system.
Yeah.
They have to because it doesn't make any sense. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, why do you think they'll change it?
Because it makes zero sense, and now people are watching.
Okay, okay. So now
That's
people
all.
are aware of it. Yeah.
Now people are aware, and it's going to become the talk. This with the Fever losing last night, it becomes relevant, and it'll be part of this conversation. And I don't think I can think of one good reason besides it lessens travel
Yeah.
and the
But
cost of that travel. That's the only positive that would come from playing in that format. Tell me otherwise.
I agree that is the only reasoning I can think of is why they would do it that way is because to save money on travel.
Yeah.
And we know they don't have any money, so I get it, right? The league doesn't the league loses like $10 million a year. Even this year, outside of the Fever, I highly doubt any teams are making any money. And hopefully that'll continue to change and other teams will start to make some money. I don't even know if the Fever made any money. I'm just assuming they did.
Yeah. We'll have
But
to wait for those numbers. But again, the NBA is covering that loss anyway, so they've got plenty of money. But so
right,
why not
exactly.
do it? Why not do it right then? And I think Bob probably because not enough people have watched it in the past, but with the fan base growing like it is,
Sure.
and I think it'll continue to grow with the young talent that's coming. That format will definitely change. And I would almost even maybe say you would be surprised if maybe they don't play maybe a longer series.
Yeah, I mean I think yeah, exactly. Maybe they will. They'll bump it up to a 5 game series. Or bump up the I don't even know, or obviously round 1 we obviously are aware of was 3 game series. I don't know. The next round's the semifinals and then the finals. Are those also 3 game series, do you know?
That's a good question. I do not know that off the top of my head.
I think they might be.
Producer Dale around today? Is he taking the day off?
Oh, he's here. Why don't
Oh,
you
yeah, I
look
was
it
gonna
up
say, maybe he can take a second and do his job.
now? Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if it'll be interesting to see if there's anything else to that changes just because now more eyes have been on the league this year.
How about the officiating? That'll change. They'll probably get some.
Oh, horrible.
And officiating is a hard job. I get it. But
Yeah.
I watched. I mean, we can get more into a little bit of the Fever game. So finish.
Yeah.
I know. Well,
No, let's do that.
if you were
Let's do
done
it.
with your halftime
Yeah,
adjustment,
no, let's do it.
because are you kidding me? I mean, I know I'm probably Fever biased.
Yeah.
Though some of those calls I don't believe the Fever got hardly any calls.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like complete opposite on the other. You're looking for just the same call on both ends. And again, I'm probably biased. I'm a Caitlin Clark fan. I'm a Fever fan. But I'm also a basketball fan. And I'm like, how are we going to call that here? How are we going to call that there? I don't know.
And in both game one and game two, the Fever had to use challenges because the refs called the foul on the wrong person.
Which is how many times have you seen that in the NBA in the last 10 years, you think?
I mean,
They never talk about just a pure
yeah.
blatant miss. Now, it probably happens, but I don't remember I can't remember on the top of my head. And again, I haven't watched a lot of
Yeah.
NBA.
Well, I mean, think about how many high school games that we've been a part of and watched. It happens once
Yes.
in a great while.
Yeah.
It once in a great while. It happens. But we're talking about the WNBA, Professional Basketball League. We're talking
Right.
about playoffs, and we're talking about the fact that it happened 2 games in a row. It's crazy.
To the same team.
Yes.
It all baffles me a little bit.
But then,
And again, it's a hard job. So credit to all officials out there at all levels. Not an easy task. I've done some of it. Because you want to be right all the time too. As the official, you don't want to miss those calls. So not an easy job not getting on officials. I love officials. Um, I love them more now that I'm not a high school coach. But whew, come on.
but
We've got
the
play
I mean,
this
let's
is
talk.
playoffs, Kurt.
Yeah,
Playoffs.
no, let's talk about some more of the specifics here. Caitlin Clark on the three-pointer when she came down right on Bonner. That's
Yeah.
an obvious. It doesn't get any more obvious than that.
No. When the announcers have to say that that's an obvious foul,
Yes.
that's not called.
Yeah.
That happens every once in a while. I think definitely at the high school level, college level. Doesn't happen, I don't think, very often that they just miss a call um, at the highest level.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I was baffled a little bit last night, and I thought again, I think the Fever made too many mistakes to win that game either way. But like Caitlin Clark gets bumped the whole game long, which is why she's probably worn out. Obviously, last night she didn't get a break at all, but the hands are on her all game long. And I like the physicality, but there were sometimes they're calling a bump on the other end, and I'm like, we got to call it the same way, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, what's Christy? What's the Fever's name? Coach's name?
Yeah. Sides.
Sides. It Sides? Okay. I'm like, get a technical.
Yeah.
Wake these people up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, she did in game one, didn't she?
She did early on. Yes, she did. She did. She did.
But how about too the I think it was all in the second half. Caitlin Clark went attacked right, went up for the right hand layup and got just
the second defender just hammered her.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Like, right. And sometimes they let things go here and there, but that's not something you would let go.
No, that's a shooter. That's somebody shooting the basketball. No, I was yelling at my TV screen last night a few times.
Yeah.
And I should be doing that for a WNBA game probably, but I was.
Well, and you had mentioned earlier this season on one of I don't remember if it was the podcast or one of our daily lineup shows, that Caitlin Clark, the defenders always are bumping hands on. And ever since you said that, I've become a lot more aware of that. And it is all game long.
Yeah. And it doesn't happen anywhere else on the floor.
Yeah.
Like it is very rarely you just don't see it off the ball or off Caitlin Clark as much.
Yeah.
And if I was, I think I would have, I'm Christy sides. I'm trying to gain. Like, I don't remember hardly any blocking calls or hand check type calls in the 3/4 full court zones.
Right.
Which amazes me for as much pressure as they are picking her up as.
Yeah. The other crazy thing is there's some pretty reliable stories and narratives coming from the NBA over the years about, especially with David Stern. Hey,
That
Let's
sounds like a separate show, Curt. That sounds like a separate show.
no, let me make this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Let's make sure we are, well, I'll just say it from a broad standpoint. Let's make sure that we are keeping our star players happy. Let's make sure we are keeping them in the games. Um, you would think, and not that they call too many fouls on Caitlin Clark where she's has to sit on the bench. I'm not saying that, but you would think she should be, and I don't agree with this, but based on the how the NBA works, you would think she
I,
should be getting
I,
the benefit of the doubt, and
I
she
think,
is not.
I would hope the NBA doesn't do that, and the fact that maybe they protect the star from picking up fouls. Maybe they try to garner that a little bit. Hopefully, they're calling it pretty clean on the other side of things. Again, I can't believe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to go with that statement, Curt, because I don't think. Again, I don't think she's gotten in foul trouble that's cost the Fever, Caitlin Clark herself.
I look at it like this: when David Stern or when Phil Jackson sent a 30-minute video to David Stern of Kobe Bryant getting fouled when he's going to attack the rim, right?
Yeah.
And then David Stern, or in their, the officials have their meetings before games, and after seeing this video, it was communicated to the officials, hey guys, make sure that and they weren't saying make up calls, but make sure you are watching very closely. And every time Kobe Bryant goes to the rim, make sure you are watching closely and give him every single call, every single time. Now, again, not making up calls,
Yeah.
not letting things go.
Yeah.
And I
Not give
feel
not,
like,
no, you
you
got to
know,
call like to see it.
and obviously there's the narrative out there.
A foul is a foul, Curt.
Yeah. And that's where it's like you would think someone like Caitlin Clark would get calls, get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't think if you. I don't. A lot of again, if I was her coach, I would probably just plead the fact that she off the ball is when she was getting mugged the worst.
Yep.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
doing
well,
any analytics or anything like that.
yeah.
Off the ball, unless she's bringing it up full court, but off the ball, she would might probably sustain more fouls than that were called.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree, but I think also too when she's handling the ball
Oh yeah, yes,
out
yeah,
on the
yeah.
perimeter.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
um,
And it'll
all
be
right.
interesting to see how that changes the game because I think that'll change next year as well.
Um,
She'll have a year under her belt. People have a year under of officiating her.
yeah.
The league will be able to look at those things, and there'll be some adjustments made in that way.
Um, Speaking of Caitlin Clark, though, phenomenal final game of her season, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Couple sloppy turnovers, but that's par for the course. But phenomenal game. I think she's that stat line, first ever rookie in WNBA history to have that type of stat line. Um, what are your takeaways though overall? Take out the officiating that we've already talked about. What are you
Yeah.
what are you on that game Wednesday night?
Yeah, that was Wednesday last night, right? I would say, I mean, the Fever just competed harder than they did the first game. They obviously made more shots. I mean, the physical, again, I thought it was a good physical game back and forth. Um, I think for the Fever to win last night, they needed Mitchell to play better. She just didn't play well. No big deal. It is what it is. Sometimes you don't play as good as you or as well as you'd wish. So overall, though, for what I mean, that's what it should have been, right? The Sun should have won. They were the favorite. You wish. I think the Fever probably walk away wishing that game one would have been closer. You would have felt a lot better, probably. But overall, good quality game. I watched it from start to finish. So
Well, here's what frustrates me about the Fever is their highs are so high and their lows are so low. So how many times have we seen them battle back? They play like crap. They go these stretches without scoring. They get down by 10, 11, 12 points. And then all of a sudden they come all the way back, tie it, even like they did last night in the fourth quarter, take the lead. And then the next thing you know, oh, they're down by 10 again.
Yeah.
Or how many times have we seen them get off these hot starts like they did last night,
Yeah.
where they'll get up 10, 12 points. And then before you know it, like their last regular season game of the year, they were up 20-2 and ended up losing by 20. Actually, no, they didn't. That's right. Their bench came back in the fourth quarter and they only ended up losing by one. I apologize. But perfect, twice against the Mercury, they had near 30-point leads that they blew. It's just really frustrating to watch, and it's almost like you just know what's going to happen, right? Oh, sweet, they made this comeback. They came back from 10, 11 down, and then you just know what's going to happen. And you know that in about 2 minutes, they're going to be back down 6 or 8.
Yeah.
Or they build these 10-point, 12-point leads. You know that in a few minutes, it's going to be back tied again, or they'll even be losing. And that's what, to me, is so frustrating about watching them. I think they got off to that hot start after the break, and then once they lost that game to the Lynx, every game since then has been this way. And it is so frustrating to watch. I thought Kelsey Mitchell was horrible last night. I thought she was incredibly selfish. I think she probably only made 3, 4, 5 passes the entire second half of that game, trying to do it all herself.
Yeah.
Now we see,
Surprising to me, they never, because usually about 2 to 3 times a game they get her on a back door
yeah,
because she's being covered so hard, and they never really ran that type of set or look. And whether they tried and maybe I missed it and they just took it away pretty well, but usually they can get people because they do deny her pretty hard, um, along with Caitlin. I think last night probably I think one of my keys in the Daily Show was free throws for the Fever,
yeah,
and they shot 7 of 9, and I think the Suns shot like 25 free throws or something like that, and made 23.
that's a huge. There you go. That's a good
Huge,
point.
and that's that comes again to my fact that again they had to play with more tempo, which they did. They pushed the tempo early, but when you're a jump shooting team, that even probably makes you more what's the word I'm looking for? Makes
Susceptible,
you more,
susceptible to not getting called.
yes. Well, to go through those droughts,
Yeah,
because if you're not making jump shots, you're not scoring. If you're taking jump shots, you're not getting to the line. And
yeah,
all of a sudden you can go 5 or 6 possessions without scoring, and now you're on that 10-0 run where you're down again. And
yeah.
I just think that's the type of team they were right now. They're going to have to find some ways to change that, to find a way to be more consistent with your point of going through these ups and downs on the scoring stuff,
Yeah.
because they're not good enough defensively to um, constrain those runs when they don't score. Then that doesn't give them the energy defensively right now to play that same way.
Sure. Good point. Good point. Good discussion. I love it. Man, we are crushing this podcast.
Yeah, we are.
I think we just had another winning episode. What do you think?
Hey, why not, right? Why not?
Uh, well, hey, in honor of another winning episode, let's wrap this thing up. Let's tie it with a bow with our winner of the week. Um, my winner of the week, unless you want to go first.
No, go ahead.
My winner week, my
Whoa, whoa.
my winner of the week, Big Mo,
Yeah.
is the next quarterback for the University of Michigan. Our friend Dave Portnoy has just announced, I believe today, that he's willing to fork up either somewhere between $1 million to $3 million per year in NIL money for Michigan's next quarterback.
Wow.
So
Huh.
Michigan, Dave Portnoy is known for saving things. He has saved thousands of small businesses across America, and now he wants to save the quarterback position at his alma mater, the University of Michigan. So my winner of the week is whatever quarterback that is.
Well, that's a contribution. The world of college athletics these days.
It's unreal.
But hey, that's a bonus for Michigan because that could hopefully get you a really good quarterback.
I would hope so.
Uh, Even though I think Orgy continues to rise and surprises us by the end of the season. So
All
uh,
right, hopefully.
I don't think he's going to earn the million or 3 million, but he'll earn whatever he's getting. Winner of the week, Detroit Tigers. Little comeback on Thursday evening. They just beat the Diamondbacks. They're Rays.
Yeah, yeah.
4-3.
Wow, they were down 3-0.
They just came back. They closed it out. Justin Malloy hit a sac fly in the eighth to give him the W, Curt. So
Let's see.
winner of the week, Detroit Tigers. Just inching closer and closer to the playoff run.
And we got one more game with the Rays, and then we end the season with a 3-game series against the worst team in the history of Major League Baseball.
Hey, you got to keep playing it like they're the best team, though, Curt.
Exactly.
We don't want any let-ups here. No let-ups by the Tigers, because I'm looking forward to tuning into the postseason. I can't tune in during the regular season. We don't have, or I'm not paying for Bally Sports.
Yep.
Even though I did have someone share with me a app where I could listen to the game, so maybe that's a possibility.
Oh, you don't have a radio?
Oh, I do not have a radio. Do people still have radios?
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't
Actually,
know.
I still have, and I don't use it anymore, but I have it in my room just so I can always see the time. It's one of those clock radios. I've had it since middle school.
Well, Curt, I got the same one
Yeah.
that I've had since high school, but I don't know if the radio even works. The
Okay.
alarm works because sometimes I have to set that alarm because I get worried about waking up on time. So, but that clock is 30 plus years old.
Same
And
here.
it still works. The digital part still works great.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Takes me back to the days of I would fall asleep every night almost when I was a kid when I couldn't stay up to watch the games. And when I was a kid, the games, you would get a Tigers game on a Sunday afternoon and maybe a weeknight. That was it.
Yeah.
And you'd have to listen on the radio to the great Ernie Harwell.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
The great Ernie Harwell.
He was maybe they've got some AI voice stuff that they could continue.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Well, I know. Hey, just who's the Michigan guy who just passed away? Did Darth Vader?
Oh, James Earl Jones. Yeah.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
They secured like Star Wars secured his voice
Really?
so they can use AI to do something in the future. Yeah, crazy stuff they're doing these days.
I actually got to meet Ernie Harwell twice.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Surprised you didn't have him sign that bobblehead.
I don't think I had it on me. It wasn't something that I carried around with me.
Oh.
All right, Big Mo. Anything else you got?
Nope.
All right, let's wrap it up here. We will send you out with the Big Mo Motivational Minute.
Hey, welcome again to Big Mo's Motivational Minute. Whew, what a day to take a deep breath, sit back, relax. I think it's important in life sometimes to take a few moments, maybe a few hours, maybe a little bit longer if you need it, to sit back, decompress, and take some time for yourself. Life can be busy, throws can throw some stuff at you that you don't enjoy. Those up and downs, good days, bad days, whatever it is. Sometimes you got to just take a moment, sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and allow yourself a moment. And I'm going to do that this morning. Sitting back with a cup of coffee, watching the sun come up. So have a great day. See ya.